We serve people of all denominations. We train people for ministry, we train people for chaplaincy, we train people to be ethical leaders in the secular world.
We built this concentration for people of faith and people of conscience who want to live out their deepest values in the world and to heal the world. Within theological contexts, social justice education is injustice education, where students learn almost in every class they sit in that there are injustices in the world and that their faith calls them to do something about that. The problem is that seminary education has not taken the next step of identifying the core competencies and skill sets necessary for doing that.
I chose to study in the social transformation program because I was really drawn to this model of studying strategies for change instead of just studying issues. Knowing how to create change, that is what's really powerful.
Students use their current work contexts to apply the learnings. So for example, if they're in a church or in a nonprofit, that is the work that they're building their social transformation project around and where the impact is in the world.
I'm an organizer with Minnesota Interfaith Power and Light, where we work to empower faith communities to build an intersectional interfaith climate justice movement. I see the climate crisis as a spiritual crisis, and a spiritual crisis calls for spiritual solutions. So I wanted to come to United because I wanted to deepen the theological grounding of my work.
I work at University Lutheran Church of Hope as the community engagement coordinator. I never really understood faith as belief. It always seemed to me that this was about a way of life. I wanted an education that would help me understand how to do that better. I think the social transformation program is helping me to ground this work in my faith tradition and also in my own personal and spiritual formation. It's also given me just really practical tools, community organizing, peer research, and taught me how to engage in a different way.
Another piece that's unique to the concentration is its cohort model. That's a deliberate design of the program because our understanding of how real work occurs in the world, it's not lone rangers, it's folks working collaboratively.
I grew up going to an evangelical megachurch where I didn't feel like I could bring my full self. Our cohort is extremely encouraging and I'm just grateful for that. I think as a queer person, I feel valued to show up, not in spite of my sexuality, but because of it and as a part of who I am as a whole person. To have 8 people cheering me on, it's really powerful.
The kind of students we're looking for are students who are willing to be challenged, are open-minded, concerned about issues affecting our society right now. They don't have to have everything figured out. They just have to be willing to learn and to explore all different possibilities. You have students from different walks of life.
Coming from the Philippines, a colonized developing country, I have a different concept of theology altogether. I have a different perspective of how does a marginalized people look here and in the Philippines. The program, I think, is helping me to understand what's really happening. I wanted the church to really be the catalyst of the change for the society.
The future of the church is dependent on the skills necessary to lead social transformation. Some of the times when the church has been most effective, there have been things that have rallied people to make a difference in the world.
Social justice without faith or spirituality is just a tool for power to change hands. And it brings the possibility for the people who's being oppressed to become the oppressor. I think that's what spirituality brings into the social justice movement. It's not just about justice, but it's also about mercy and how they should grow together hand by hand.